Hi and welcome to the second part of this demo of TradeCortex. We start on the dashboard with a feature I forgot to mention earlier. This button on the bottom right opens up a feedback panel where the user can tell me anything they want, bugs, feature requirements, and any type of feedback. I'll go through the feedback spreadsheet every week, and I take all suggestions very seriously. Now onto the second function of TradeCortex, the automated and interactive trading journal. The journal is organized into 3 time layers: monthly, weekly, and daily, and the user can drill down and up as they want. Let's open up the monthly view. The monthly view is not particularly interesting for day trading, so we show some general statistics and all-time P&L. You drill down to weekly by clicking a column in the bar chart. The weekly view is much more interesting, and it is the main view that I personally use. Some components will be familiar from the dashboard. The weekly summary pulls high-level stats and compares them with the previous week and the monthly average. Daily P&L shows gross P&L and total commissions per day for the current week. Use this bar chart to drill down to the daily view, as I'll show you in a minute. Long versus short performance chart shows your average loss, average win, and the win rate, split by direction, long or short. At the bottom of this component, you see the last 20 long and short trades. Opaque dots represent wins, and transparent ones show losses. The time of the day analysis is a very nice tool. It is a heat map and associated chart showing users' performance over weekdays and hours. It helps you identify most profitable time slots to trade. When you hover over a box, you can see the detailed breakdown: how many trades, win rate, total P&L, etc. The hour of the day bar chart shows similar information but aggregated by hours. Holding time confidence is an extension of the chart we have seen on the dashboard. It is an indicator that compares your holding period for winners and losers and tracks this ratio over time. It also specifies whether your ratio is improving, declining, or staying the same, which is very valuable if this is something you want to work on. On the last row, we have the P&L per traded instrument on the left and the overtrading indicator on the right. The overtrading indicator on the weekly tracks your tendency to overtrading during each trading day. It takes into account your trading rules, frequency of trades, consecutive losing trades, and other parameters. The weekly view introduces a note-taking component that is collapsed on the right side panel. Here you can take notes relevant to the current week, which are saved into the database and which also feed the AI assistant. This component also stores your notes from the daily view, which makes it very easy to review your trading week with all the necessary details. I will show you the note-taking function in more detail when we drill down to the daily view. Lastly, the weekly view hosts a journal-specific AI assistant. This assistant is set up to provide long-form, tailored advice and make it easier for the user to interpret his or her trading data. In contrast to the dashboard assistant, the journal assistant needs to be initiated by the user, and the output is saved to the user's database for later review. I'm going to demonstrate the AI assistant when we drill down to the daily view in a minute. The daily view should look quite familiar because its structure resembles what we saw in the dashboard. The main difference here is that the data on the daily view are persistent and saved to the database for a later reference. Let's try the AI assistant now. I'm not going to let it speak, but I'll show you the full output on the screen. You can pause the video and read it now. As you can see, the output is much more comprehensive than the one provided by the AI assistant in the dashboard. And again, the outputs of the journal AI assistant are saved to the database for future reference. Let's spend a bit more time on the note-taking component, as this should be an integral part of every trader's routine. The text editor is very flexible and you can write basically whatever you want and how many notes you want. You can upload images and you can also paste images. We can't link the nodes to actual trades automatically just yet, but that's a feature that is definitely coming in the future. Now that we've written all the nodes we wanted, let's return to the weekly view. And on the weekly, you can see that all your nodes are neatly organized chronologically, which is something that I find really useful. Now, the last thing I should reiterate is how the navigation works. To drill down from monthly to weekly and from weekly to daily, you click the respective bar in the chart on your current layer. To go back up, you press the button to weekly view and to monthly view. You can also navigate horizontally, which is best demonstrated on the daily view. To navigate to the next or to the previous day, you use the arrows. If you want to jump to a different day in the same week, you can use the drop-down menu. This works the same way on the weekly and on the monthly layer. If you watch the first part of this demo, you now have a good understanding of the user experience TradeCortex provides. It is not a finished product. I add and tweak features on a weekly basis and test it daily. Overall, I do have to say it helped me tackle some of the challenges I was facing in my day-to-day work, which is why I decided to open this up to other people. If you're using interactive brokers for day trading and looking for tools combining hands-on mentoring with analytics and a way to save time on your journaling, give this a go and let me know what you think. Any questions, drop me a line to support@tradecortex.ai. Thanks.